I will welcome Season 4, Episode 7, Cabin in the Woods. Now this one's pretty interesting with the background, right? It's got like a very bright, kind of like cyan background, which as we all know, we don't have that kind of color exactly. If I could like just add a touch of green to this light blue, that would go a long way. Now I have two options. I can either do the base of this with this light blue, or do the base of this with this light green. I feel like I should do the blue just because like it'll stand out more against the grass in the foreground. So I think doing the blue makes more sense in this case. If I had to say at least. And the horizon for this is like just barely below the halfway point. Yeah, it is like just barely below it. Which is fine. It's fine by me. So I guess I'm gonna start by maybe just like doing this, like some vertical airbrushing with just like some little like white that's red, or the warm brown. And never truly safe from that, are we? Much like in just doing like actual like digital art, like sometimes when you're drawing like right to the edge of the canvas or to the edge of your tablet, or I guess not the edge of the canvas, you'll just sometimes like accidentally click on like a random thing off the canvas that you didn't intend on clicking on. It's like, whoopsie, that's not what I wanted. You know, I feel like this is one of the paintings from Bob that I definitely seen just by like, you know, like this like very like different background. It's very like unique from a typical Bob painting. Like it definitely like sticks out to me. You know, I'll have to shower, a classic shower at this hour. I will do my best to have fun painting. Get this painting on. And I think we'll come in with a bit of this brush and maybe just do a little bit of like, whoop. Just do some vertical lines. I'm also gonna want to like kind of get some. Maybe I'll use gray for it to indicate like some of these tree-like things that are like way in the distance that you like can't really see, but they're there. You can see them, sort of. Meant to give you just a little like impression of their existence, but not fully indicate them. Maybe airbrush them in, maybe. Could be a good play. I didn't watch this one. I didn't watch how he did this one, but I assume for this one he probably started with. Like, he probably did it like how he does water. I'd assume, where he just like kind of like blobs in like a little bit of color and then just brushes it all together and blends it. You can see like the long brush strokes in this one very well in the background for this fact at least. You can see the long brush strokes. Maybe I'll go back in with some of the blue. Try and like get a little bit of that going maybe. The brush stroke effect. Hey Prak. New office. Well, I'm glad to see we're still allowed to watch Twitch at the new office. I guess I'm worried about this office right next to me with a door as our CEO, and he's very loud and annoying. Why do you think he'll like walk in on you randomly? I feel like, because I've never worked in an office setting, but I feel like working in an office setting and having someone just like walk in on you like randomly unprompted could be just like really obnoxious. Even if they're like the boss or manager, CEO, I don't care. It's like, I don't know. Give me a knock at least. So I'm aware of your presence. I don't know, like what if I'm listening to music or, well, I guess you have like your headset things. Maybe you're not supposed to be listening to music. But I don't know. Whenever he gets up to leave or say something. Our office space is fully open now. Do you like it, would you say? Maybe like right here, we'll like go for like a little bit of that. My headset all the time, so you can't say shit even if I'm actually listening to music or Twitch lol. I could be on a phone call, that's true. And I doubt like he'd be like, oh yeah, can I listen to your, can I like have your headphones so I can listen to what you're listening to? Like that's some like actual like high school teacher bullshit he'd be on. It's like I'm pretty sure back at McDonald's, I'm pretty sure there was like some point in time where like the managers or like the store owner, that bitch was trying to be like, you can't have your phone on you while you're working. And like I definitely like some like the ladies that I would work with like in the mornings that were like, they were not having it. They were like, I don't give a fuck. I'm having this shit on me. Fucking word. You're at the job. You have to be busting your ass every second you're here. Sure thing. He would never, but that would be so BS. That would be, yeah, as I said, some high school teacher bullshit. I'm a little annoyed where I am because your cubicle is right next to his office, but his office is still being renovated, so he's sitting somewhere else right now. But I'm okay with it a little bit because he's only here from 9 to 5 for most of the part, and I'm here from 12 to 8. Feels good, so you don't have like as much overlap as you could, especially for like those last 3 hours. It's definitely party with Prak. Excuse me, party with Prak. Okay, let's. Yeah, I think this gray. Yeah, this is the tone that we want. Hey, airbrush a little bit. Maybe like a little bit of the dark gray in some areas. There's no one around me literally so I can sneak up. So no one can sneak up on me except your CEO. Feels good. Yeah, he tries to comment on you like watching Twitch like, this is a Mario Paint? This is educational content. I'm learning. This is good for my soul. James. That's your CEO's new name. Well, the good news is that I last night slept 10 straight hours uninterrupted. I don't remember waking up ever at any point last night. But damn, because on Saturday when I fell asleep, I only slept like 5 hours. So this balances it out. Like if you were like even it out, that's like 7.5 hours ish. Like 7 hours one day, 8 hours the other day. So it's like, okay, like we're kind of back. Like the balance is there again. Because last night I was so fucking tired, like at midnight, which is not usually the case for me. But honestly, it kind of felt good in some ways. Like low-key felt a little nice. I mean, it feels nice, like actually feeling tired and getting in bed and actually falling asleep. I love getting in bed and falling asleep really quickly. Just feels so nice. Definitely a high tier feeling. I think I fell asleep around like 3 last night and I woke up like 1 today. I was like, jeez. Holy shit. I was not expecting to sleep. Like when I woke up, I was like, oh yeah, it's probably like 11. And then it was not 11. Because yesterday when I woke up, getting food to be back, fun. Yeah, yesterday when I woke up, I fell asleep, I guess around like 4. Or no, it would have been like 5 or 6. Yeah, because I had a hard time falling asleep on Saturday. I could not fall asleep for a while, and then I only slept like 5 hours and woke up at like 11, and I was like, all right. And then I laid in bed for like 2 hours, and then finally got up. The classic. This gray here actually goes like kind of like all the way down. Just like whoop, just blobbing some. So I believe what he did on this painting, what Bob did, is like he kind of like went through with like this kind of like grayer tone, and just like kind of like blobbed in like a bunch of like tree trunk like things that are like way off in the distance that you like can't really see, but just to give a little like something for the background. And Prac didn't even say what kind of food he's getting. The anticipation of wondering what kind of food he'll be getting is just insane. That's a definite. Morpheus went offline. Rip my content from him. I mean, I get some of the darker gray now to indicate like just little bits. I feel like this, like doing this like darker gray, I could probably like not even bother doing this, and I think it would work good also, but I'll have to be very like sparing with it. I don't want to be like too, because like these bigger trees that are gonna be, I guess, like the more like in focus trees, like I'll definitely be using the like this gray on it, but or I could not. That's also an option too, to like not do that. Hey Skittle, can I eat your paint? Green tastes good. Yeah, feel free. Actually, blue tastes good for real. For real, for real. That's so true. How are you today, Skittle? You winning? Slept good? Let's go. So did I. As you heard. I slept good. I think the vacuum is fully worn off and you can elliptical today. Ooh. That's exciting. I guess good to get a little break. Even though I guess you probably didn't go because of the vaccine, but still good to have like a little break regardless. I need to hit my dad up and be like, hey, we should go get like the next boosty that we can get. Because I assume our area has it. So I definitely know when... I know when it was like newer. I don't think like it was like fully like when... I guess when it was first being talked about that there was like another one coming. Another vacuum coming. I don't think it was like everywhere at that time, but I assume like by now we should certainly have it in our area. Most likely. It's been a little bit more than a little break. That's okay. It is okay. It is all right. The good news is earlier I'll let Morpheus know that he needs to claim stuff in the Rivals 3D pass, which I don't know like how much he's actually played since the event started. But it seemed like that he wasn't aware of its existence. So like, yeah, you gotta claim that shit, baby. Unless if it will auto-claim everything for you when the event ends. But I don't know if it will. So, no reason to miss out on it in that case. Like their Astro skin? Likely. And because like when me and him were playing recently, he was using like the retro Game Boy skin the whole time, and I was like, oh, I guess he's probably using it to get more like experience on the pass. And I guess he was just coincidentally using it. Today's the last day until the update tomorrow, which I assume it'll probably come out like sometime now tomorrow or like earlier, probably earlier actually tomorrow. So less than a day left. So hopefully the patch is really hype. But I think it will. Should be pretty pog. Crag nerfs feels good. But I can appreciate the design philosophy of trying to patch out stuff that doesn't feel fun to play against. Assuming they stay true to that. Which hopefully they do. Hopefully that stays true. I do think that's a good priority of like, all right, is like X mechanic or X character, like is it fun to play against? Is it fun to deal with at all? Which I guess is very subjective, of course. And there are gonna be people that will just always hate X thing or whatever. And that's just how it is. That's okay. Okay, I don't want to start these other trees. I originally said I was gonna be pretty sparing with this darker gray, and then I kind of went like a little ham with it. Because it kind of like low-key uses it. Like for the background. Like it definitely does. Okay. We just use like this. Just go right into it. We want to go like straight off the top. And then like, I don't know what you would call these kind of trees, but they have like that kind of very like coarse, thick gray like bark on it. I think I want to go in with some black and the dark gray on top of this. Just kind of like, I don't know, just be like real rough with it. Yo, y'all ever made like, I think it's like a more like Christmassy dessert, like peppermint bark and such. That shit's good. I never made it, but that kind of bark is really good, in my opinion. We're gonna have like a little like, oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, I'm feeling good about this one. This painting is gonna be a banger. I'm feeling good about this one. I think last painting, I don't know, I think... Actually, I forget if last painting was the vertical one or not. I can't remember. But I feel like I was a little like... I don't know. Kind of like all over the place with it, I don't know. Let's go back in with the gray. It's kind of like... Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Maybe like... Stick a little like... Boom, boom. Go with the gray. Dial it back a little bit. Okay. Looks good. Do the same over here. Just want a little like curve to it maybe. Make it kind of thick at the bottom. Guh. Oh, the cabin percent chance is looking good on this one. Are we off today, chat? Asking for a friend. Yes, damn, actually off today. Let's fucking shit together. Is your Fortnite updated, sir? Step Fortnite. Step updated. And I need to finish this. I would like to work on my Secret Santa thing at some point today, and then probably need to game with people at some point also. I got things we gotta do, but I'll definitely be down to game later. I will be down. A little bit of this. Do you have any plans, or are you just chilling? Just chilling today? Yeah, looks maybe get like a little. Maybe do that, make it like stick out a little bit. I feel like these trees in the background, I can be very just rough with it. Just fuck it. You do have plans. Plans to play Fortnite? I don't know what I just heard. Heard like a car going or something. A car going. Let's have a sip of water. Yeah, no, gotta go to IKEA, get a new couch. Actually, I wonder if Carlos ever got that couch. Carlos. Where is our Carlos? Where is our ad break? Oh god. Ad break. But y'all want to know something that's messed up? Is that I got a free Amazon Prime trial the other day, and last time I got one, you were able to use, like, they gave you like a Prime sub to use for free on someone, but this time they didn't. I just don't get one, I guess. But I guess they just like stopped doing it. At least like on free trials, I should say. I guess they just don't do that anymore. You don't get the Prime sub at all. Which is like, damn, like I was gonna give that to a homie. Okay, this one's a lot darker. Yeah, I was like, rip. I guess that's a dead dream. I was like literally like about to use it. I was like, oh yeah, I should use this before I forget of its existence. And then my plan got thwarted like immediately. So that sucked. Okay. Go. So, what can you do? Not much. I guess not give somebody a free sub. That would have been a rare moment, me actually subbing on Twitch to somebody. It would have been a rare moment. My plan got ruined. That extra black part, that's fine. That is just fine by me, baby. That come over like that. It's one thing you always want to be thinking about in paintings, or just like in any kind of composition that you make, is you want it to have objects that overlap to create more visual interest. It goes a long way. Just like making an object overlap something else just like a little bit, even. I feel like something a lot of Bob Ross paintings will do is like, you know, he'll be painting it and it's looking good, and then he'll put in like a big tree like right in the foreground, and like the leaves are like they take up like a big chunk of like the corner of the canvas or something like that, and it makes it so it really like pushes everything behind it like further back and creates a lot more depth in the painting than how it was prior to it. And it's super hype. When it gets done, it's like, yes. That's what we like to see. Yeah, I'm liking this strat of going in with the brown and then overlaying it with some like blacks and gray. But that boom, like, shoot, kind of want that to I don't want that to touch like that. There we go. Very interesting trees. This is a very unique Bob composition. There's no mountain, there's no clouds, no sun, there's no lake, there's no classic Bob Ross trees. Instead, it's just like the tree trunks. Like some like we're at like the base of like some really tall trees right here. Okay. Let's go in and get the Mario brush, my beloved. Let's just go in with some brown as like just a base. Even though this is all gonna get covered up, I think just for the sake of having like some like tones, it's like also just having something down here, like especially how like there's like this pathway here runs down like the right side and kind of curls over, just to have something. And like we can even like, it's unnecessary, but we can like maybe like get a little bit like that going maybe. You know, there's absolutely like no green under this, but that's okay. We'll come over it later. Okay, let's do the classic. Let's start getting some grass going. And you see, this is the reason why I didn't choose green for the background, even though it technically, I would say the tone is closer to green, but I think for the ever so classic Mario paint palette, I think using blue for the main background tone, I think works a lot better in this. I would say it does, in my opinion. This really comes up here. This doesn't have to be too like anything crazy because it's gonna get covered up anyways with a bunch of stuff. Make it pop even more. Like just a little bit of yellow right there. I'll probably come back in later with a little bit more yellow. So there's like low-key like a lot of like little layers going on for the grassy, this grassy little like field. Didn't clear the ping. What? Clear the ping. Let's not have the yellow selected. Okay. Let's do... I want to get like a little bit of this laid in. Get this a little bit going, because we're gonna have, as you know, we're gonna have the magic coming in a sec here. Yo, winter coat. It's gonna be time for winter coat soon. Oh, you know, I'm definitely up here Marioing Bay Paint, that's for sure. Good morning. You're just in time for the classic Bob set piece. Now this, I could really block it in with like any color I want. It doesn't really matter. Let's go with this, just to pick something different. You know, I'm gonna go all over it with something different for like most of it anyways, but you know, like the tip of the roof at the bottom here will have like this warm brown reddish tone. Let's have it kind of go like right here. Everyone, alert your families. It's cabin time. This is our first cabin in a little bit. I say this every cabin, I'm pretty sure. Like, damn, it's our first cabin in a while. But it really is our first cabin in a while. We have not had a cabin in a good minute. Like multiple -C days in Scotland last month. Yeah, right now it's only -1 Celsius or 32 Fahrenheit, apparently. But, you know, as someone who's staying inside most of the time, I guess it's not too bad. But like, oh, shout out to my dad and I, we went to the store the other day, on Saturday. We went to the store and got stuff from the grocery store. Crazy, I know, crazy concept. And actually, I'm gonna come up with this actually for the base. I made this roof a little bit too big, but you know, that's okay. Bob's cabin is a little bit smaller. It's definitely a lot further away, and I do this very often. I feel like this happens pretty frequently, where I make mine way bigger than what Bob does. That's okay, because it doesn't have to be 1-to-1. It does not have to be exactly the same. But we went to the store. It was around like 3:30 p.m. when we left here, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like by the time like we get back, there should still be some daylight." And by the time like we get there and we're done with everything at the grocery store, it's like 5:10 and crazy. It's pitch black by the time we're outside. But I was like, God damn, it got so cold by the time we got finished in the store. I was like very surprised how cold it got. It's snowing for you? Rare G footage of it snowing for you. That's definitely not a common thing you get to say. Get a little gradient going on. It's just under a weird lens. True. True. Is that our first tree in a very long time? Is it our first tree in a very long time? Well, the good news is I can talk about this here again, since I need to talk about this like to everybody now that I have, as of yesterday, acquired. The angle's bad. I have acquired some Asian cooking condiments and spices. Or condiments and sauces is what I meant to say. I had to cook last night with some like soy sauce, some oyster sauce, some Korean chili flakes, and toasted sesame oil. And I was like, damn, this is crazy. I was very surprised. It was very different than what I would normally ever make myself, which is really cool. I was like, wow, this turned out really good. I was impressed. Oh, and I got sesame seeds and toasted them myself. So that was cool, getting to do that. Well, I guess it would have been convenient if they were already toasted, but it was like really cheap to just acquire some normal sesame seeds and just toast it myself. At least like when I looked up how to toast sesame seeds, Google just told me just literally throw it in a frying pan for like a few minutes. And then boom, you have toasted sesame seeds. Like I was thinking originally like, oh, I'll have to like throw them in like the oven for like 20 minutes or something, but that did not seem necessary. I am definitely not your average white person when it comes to, I guess, the food I like. I like to think that I have a little bit more of a adventurous palate than some people do. Like my dad, who is very white. You do be very white. That's okay. But I appreciate different things. Yeah, so I'll probably be using that stuff very frequently in my cooking now. So a bit of my nail I need to like cut. I just keep like, I think no, it's just like randomly like sharp for some reason. Southern European white, so I season the fuck out of shit. Let's go seasoning. We don't like plain stuff. Even though sometimes I say that, but like sometimes just like plain white rice can go really hard. Even though I say that. Even though usually I like having rice with stuff. I would say is more preferable for me, usually. Like, I don't know, sometimes like when I eat like rice that I cook, like just on its own, I'm like, damn, this kind of goes hard. The poorer the person here in UK, the better they season. Interesting. Interesting. Let's use this. Let's use that. Make like a little bit going like here. I don't know. Maybe in time I'll see like what other kind of spices or seasonings I can get. I want to get my hands on like this like red Korean chili paste. Gochujang, I think is what it's called. I want to acquire some of that. Especially because like for those who don't know, in my area, like for some reason, in terms of restaurants, there are just so many pizza places near me. I don't know why. I couldn't explain it, but like there's like an area around me that if you were to stand in this like just in this one area, there is like unironically 8 pizza places within like a 2-minute drive in like any direction. It's like, why is there so many pizza places? Like, pizza's good, but it's like we've had like a good amount of pizza places here for like since ever, and then all of a sudden it's like, whoopsie, we're gonna open like 5 more. And then I found out recently that downtown there was this this like gyro restaurant. I remember they had gyros and other things, and that place closed down, and that place was there for a long time, and it's a pizza place now. I'm like, bro, why? I mean, just it's actually like it's kind of like a joke. It's like it's comical in some ways, like how many pizza places are around here. Like I've heard like the same thing like in like some places in America where it's like, yep, there's like a Starbucks like on like every corner on like these streets, for example. It's actively snowing here. Damn, is it gonna stick, or is it just like falling and then disappearing? I don't know how cold it is for you. I guess cold enough to snow, so that's an answer, I guess. The whole British people don't season their food is like an aristocrat thing. Back in Yule times, it was seen as a poor person thing. To use seasoning? Really? Yo, Sidezerk. You used to speedrun Sly 1? Yes. I haven't speedrun that since 2017. But yes. I think in like, it was either 2018 or 2019. I did a few runs when the glitch got found to like have a fresh file, but also be able to skip all of like the cutscenes of like going to like a new world for the first time. So it was basically like 2 minutes of free time save. And I did a couple of runs when that got found. I never PB'd though. It's kind of unfortunate. I remember like I think any run that was like okay I had going at the time. I think I just got like super fucked on Bentley skip because that trick, at least back in the day, sucked in like near the end of the game. I was like, this trick is just great to deal with. You got lotion and Tim's. Damn, is lotion part of the food you're gonna eat? You're dumb and got body butter, but I don't care. I remember when we were in the mall in my area, like back in like 2019 or something. I remember we went to, was it Sephora? We went to one of those places, one of those bougie places, and I remember like, I think like me and Vince got like free samples of stuff. I remember I had like body butter for a little bit. It was pretty good. I wouldn't buy it, probably, but it was pretty cool. -4 Celsius. Damn, it's colder for Yuji than it is for me. According to my computer, it's only -1 Celsius. So just below freezing. 3 years from today, it'll be your 8-year follow date. Jeez. It's interesting you bring up Sly, because the next casual game I want to play is Sly 3. Back when I like bought like Sly 1 and all that, like I remember I got like Sly like 1, 2, and 3 all for like super cheap on eBay. I think like each of them were like under 10 bucks. And I played through Sly 2 back then when I was doing Sly 1 runs. And then I just never played Sly 3, but because recently, and it was like back in September, I think, I finished Breath of the Wild, which was, I beat that over the course of a year because that game is fucking big AF. That game is massive. So I had my work cut out for that game. And I was like, alright, the next game I want to play casually on stream will definitely be a shorter game. And I was like, I should play Sly 3, because this is where Morpheus comes out of lurking, but I know he played that, or played Sly 2, or Sly 1. I think he played Sly 1 for the first time recently. Right, Morpheus? Who's definitely here right now? Oh yeah, Mickle, yeah. I remember him. I stuck with a 58 for a while, then he PB'd off stream. Oh yeah, Sharo. Yeah, those are two names. I haven't thought of those names in a long time. Easily do like 1 episode a day on stream. It's perfect for a casual playthrough. I guess we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully soon. As recently, I finally learned all masks for MM after, or actually did like my first run of it for the first time after learning it like a minute ago. So that's kind of what I got my hands with for streaming stuff. Even though I say that, in case anyone's been wondering why I haven't done more MM recently, it's because I'm just working on stuff. You know, I guess I technically would have time to like do runs if I desire, but I need to learn more things. I want to learn more things, and I need to, because currently, for my friend group's Secret Santa, I am drawing something for my Secret Santa that I have. And so it's like, well, I want to make sure I get this done in time, so I'm working on that currently. It's probably halfway done-ish, maybe 40%-ish, give or take. But I want to make sure I get that done. That's kind of where my focus has been, like, the past, like, week. You know, I could have more done on it. I do remember a pack of crayons, yes. I do remember that person. I believe I remember what happened with them. I am pretty certain. Damn, I don't think you're getting an answer from Nurse G, Prac. Unfortunate. Yeah, I don't know specifically what happened, but yeah, I do know they passed. You bought you Sly one for your PS2? That's goated. I'm kind of glad that I never, when I was doing Sly, I'm kind of glad I never bothered with getting a backwards compatible PS3, just because I know those are expensive and not as easy to come across. So I was like, I'm just gonna stick with PS2. I think they'll be comfier. Just stick with that. Just having the best PS2 time for a bit. I was there when that was me. I feel like body butter is thicker and lasts longer. I like mine because my skin feels soft for like 3 to 4 days after I apply it, where lotion, it feels like I have to use it more often. Oh, I thought body butter was meant to be like a replacement for soap in the shower. At least that's the one that I got. You were supposed to like use it like in the shower instead of like using soap on your body or whatever, your like body wash, whatever. So with the one you have, Skittle, you just like use it instead of like having a like a moisturizer or whatever for your body. Yours is definitely meant to be a moisturizer, but yeah, you put it on after a bath. Interesting. Interesting. There is butter soap bars. Pointers? Pointers? The cosmetic industry is very full of snake oil. I don't think I've ever heard of snake oil specifically. That's interesting though. Does that mean harm to snakes, or is it just like using their venom or something? Or something science? Oh, so it's not actually from snakes. As someone who doesn't know, I would not know. So welcome back, Owl. It's good to hear that you're clean. Clean from the shower. I need a shower. Probably later tonight, maybe. Unless I just don't. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the vibes are. You need a shower like now. Well, 3. The definite 3. It's been an hour and 6 minutes, bruh. How has it been that long already? I guess like some of the Bob paintings, like this one is like, for what it is, like kind of complex, I guess. Compared to like a more typical Bob painting, I guess. I feel like this one's a lot more like, there's like a lot more specific details I need to put in. But I also sometimes just kind of like vibe and like talk for a minute. Yeah, I wasn't expecting today to be a day where I'd be talking about Sly, but shout out to Sly. What a homie. Yeah, the background's very interesting in this painting. It's pretty cool though. He probably gives some kind of lore in like the original video. I assume. You need a shower now, G, so you can game later with the boys, right? Bro. Morning. Ooh, that was a good back crack. I don't know if it got picked up on the mic. That was a solid, like, solid 6 out of 10 back crack, I think. Solid 6, definitely, I would say. That was a good one. But should I quit my job and become a space marine? Yeah. That would go so hard, actually. Alright, Ebo. Ebo, what are you doing in call? Shouldn't you be on, like, Mars or something? We'd be saying. I'd be saying. Like, shit, you're right. You could play on your Steam Deck while in space. Think a Steam Deck has ever made it into space before? I heard the transition from Marine to Space Marine is a big jump. Probably. That's it at my dad's home. As I see the TV is on in the other room. We got this, at least in my room here, it has like this little like glass window. And I can just kind of like easily see if my dad is watching TV basically. And just see, like the light from the TV being on. And you know what I kind of want to do after that? I kind of want to make like I just had an oatmeal, like not even that long ago, like 2 hours ago. I had an oatmeal, but it's like, damn, I kind of want to have like, I don't have like eggs and toast, like a fried egg on toast with hummus. That's kind of what I want to eat. It's like I just ate, but it's like, but I also like could definitely eat that. You ever feel that? That vibe of like, damn, I just ate, but I could also like eat again. And oatmeal's supposed to keep you full for a while. Ever put fried egg on a burger? Ooh. There is a Chad burger place up here called The Works. And they have burgers there that have egg, like a fried egg on top. One of the burgers I would get from there whenever I've been, I remember it would have like a fried egg. I would usually get like, I think it was a turkey patty. And I think it had like a sweet sauce and like hot banana peppers. Oh, that place is so good though. That's definitely like if you ever go to Canada, that's definitely a place you go to. Eba would definitely have to go there because you're a burger guy. You would definitely like The Works. They have really good burgers. That would hit. Sprinkle some of that chili powder over it. True. That's a good point. Yeah, that food I made last night, Owl, that used the Asian condiments I acquired was really good. I don't know if you heard that or not, but it turned out really good. And I might make the same thing tonight or something similar. Oats can be filling. Protein is also filling. It's true. I'm gonna glorp. Me too. Anyone here ever glorp with the boys? Like, did any of y'all actually count calories? Or just be like, I'm hungry. I eat. I think like all the foods I eat normally are like usually like pretty good for you. Like the foods I eat are good for you, generally speaking. But I'm not like, okay, my oatmeal today was like 573 calories. You count protein? That's valid. That's valid to count protein. Can't be bothered to. Word. You're having penne with vodka sauce tonight. Ooh. Are you making it, or is it something like you guys like already have at home? that maybe like somebody made like last night or something. I've definitely told the story before how back in the day, there was a little bit where I was trying this app, MyFitnessPal, and it was just such a pain in the ass. I just stopped using it. I was like, fuck this app. I'm not using this anymore. It's just so obnoxious. They're meant to destroy. Oh, so your personal chef is cooking it for you? Question mark. I found MyFitnessPal to be a pain in the ass. Word, G, because it is. Definitely heard a lot of people on the internet say like if you're eating foods like that are like good for you, like counting calories isn't really that important. And like there's the whole thing of like, oh, like how many calories from like fat are you getting or whatever, and it's just like, fuck this. I think especially if you're not eating out very often. We haven't eaten out in a while, actually. Like we haven't been to Osmos in like a few weeks at this point. Same with like we haven't been to Chinese. We haven't gotten Chinese food in like a few months at this point. Rip. I feel like also if you're actively feeling hungry, it's like you probably should just eat something. Yeah, we haven't been to Jade's since like the summer. Unfortunately, I'm sure we'll go again, or maybe I'll go with like. I know Prac wants to go again whenever he's up here, so maybe whenever Prac's down here again, maybe we'll go. I know Prac told me like a few weeks back, he's like, damn, I was just thinking about Jade's randomly. I'm glad he went there once with me and he was like, wow, this is amazing. It is that, they are that good. I think counting is a waste of time. Just notice what you normally eat and take a bit away, take that same amount for a month. Yeah, and like I think also, yeah, like I said, like if you don't want to like starve yourself outright, like that's not gonna do you any good. If you're actively just being like, okay, time to not eat anything for 10 hours throughout the day. I wonder if Cloud is still doing keto. I haven't heard him talk about it in a while. If he has, I haven't asked either. I feel like keto takes a lot of like mental strength and oh my god, what's the word? I can't think of it. What's the word? Discipline. It takes a lot of discipline to do keto, I think. Yeah, Ebo knew what I meant. Yeah, you need a lot of discipline to do keto. I think I'm super lucky because like I don't like cheese, which I think is super lucky if it's like if you're trying to worry about like what you're eating. Like I think that's super fortunate for me. because we all know how cheese is for you. Like, I feel like I coincidentally, like, the foods that I like just tend to be healthier for you in general, which I think is like super fortunate. I don't like all the diet trends either. I mean, I don't like keto, like, did work for Cloud, but it's just like I know like the thing with like diets specifically, it's like if you're like just doing like X diet and then like after like you reach your goal, you just like go back to like whatever your ways were before that. It's like you just like it just kind of like nullifies everything you did. Yeah, like, and I coincidentally I don't drink soda anymore, but that's like a big thing. Like I've definitely have heard like many people online say like, oh yeah, I lost like 40 pounds just by cutting out soda. Just crazy. That I can be like something crazy like that just by like cutting out one thing like that. Like, yep. One thing in my order that I made on the weekend, I got chia seeds and flax seeds, and I think like I think like every day I'm gonna try and like alternate between like using them. So it's like, all right, like one day use like flax seeds and like next day use like chia seeds. Try and like switch it up. And it's like I know like they're both very good for you, but have like a little bit of variety and have like, and I know they do have like a slightly different nutrient loadouts. So having just like that little bit of like variance, I think will be good. The risk of developing an eating disorder, true. Yeah, like back when Kendall was getting all those like ads online for like what were they called? Those people are like, okay, I am like for lunch today I'm having like 9 potatoes. Oh, it was like raw like vegan diet or something like that. I forget what the exact word was, but it was like, yeah, like for lunch I had like 9 potatoes and like a pound of grapes. Just like, holy shit. And I'm pretty sure like one of those people that Kendall kept getting on her timeline like ended up getting like like they like died or something, or like a vegan raw diet or whatever the hell it was. So I had a whole watermelon and two packages of spinach for lunch today. Make sure to hydrate them. What are you supposed to put like chia seeds and flax seeds in like water or something before you eat them? I definitely, well, like in my oatmeal, if I put chia seeds or flax seeds in there, like there is like water / milk in there. Dude, like I need someone to file my nails real quick. There's just like a little like piece of my nail like on this finger that's just like a little like sharp bit. I think it's to avoid feeling bloated. Huh. Interesting. Maybe I'll have to look into that. I don't think I've ever heard that myself. But feeling bloated does not feel good. At least for me, it doesn't usually feel good. And it's like, damn, you just feel like super sluggish. Don't want to do anything. How are we feeling about this painting? I think it kind of looks pretty good, right? I think it's been turning out nice. I do think there is like a good like depth with the trees in the background. Just what I was going on about earlier. Having depth in your painting, illustration, whatever, goes a long way. Creates a lot of interest. Speaking of that, I need to put in 2 more trees. To kind of like complete it. But Thanks, man. Appreciate it, man. And y'all are quick on that one. Just like this ad break starting in a minute. Man, I'm curious, any of y'all, do y'all trim your nose hairs? Is that like low-key? Like I do that, like maybe like once a day. And like I feel like low-key when I do that, it feels like a little like, I don't know, like easier to breathe through my nose, I guess. If you've ever had that feeling. You have one of those special trimmers I started to recently. How about trimming them last week, but I have a nose ring now and you're scared? Ooh, that's valid. Yeah, like I definitely noticed like it'll get like kind of longish, like in like the front like corner, I guess, of your nostril, like in like the frontmost part of your nostrils, I guess. It's like I always like I'm like trimming there. I just have like a pair of like clippers. It's just like a normal pair of scissors. I don't have like an actual nose hair trimmer. But it's like I hate like how it is like when it like if it feels like it's like a long. Like if I can like see any like sticking out at all, I'm like, nah. But it's also like I don't know like because I've heard like that like allegedly like there are like hairs in your nose that like are supposed to be there, but it's like I feel like when I look, it's like damn, like they're like a lot of these hairs feel really long in my nose, and I don't know if it's just like me like overthinking it or what. I don't know. Nose hairs are meant to block pathogens, yes, which is why you're not supposed to pluck them. As far as I know, trimming isn't too bad. Hmm. I don't know, it's like majority of body hair. I'm like, get out of here. That's how I feel. Yeah, the very rim. That's valid. I've gotten them waxed before, but I heard it could be dangerous if it caused an infection. That's valid. Did it hurt? Because they literally like, I don't know, like stick kind of like a big looking like Q-tip up your nose, and it's just like, just rip it out. Isn't that like how like a nose wax goes, basically? Oh, I needed some blue on here. The blue on the edge of the trees goes really hard. So I think basically moral of the story is that I should make these eggs after I'm done Mario Paint. Make these eggs and toast. Didn't actually hurt, but naturally my eyes watered because that area is all tied together. Nerves. That's true. I remember when I learned how it's like, oh, like your nose is like connected to your mouth. I remember like that being so weird when I learned that. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. I don't know. I'm definitely in the boat of like if I could have like no body hair basically, I'd be down for it. Like have it just on like just like your normal top of your head hair and eyebrows, but like anything like below that, it's just like get it out of here. Honestly. Yeah. Yeah, the facial hair to never have to think about shaving would be so pog. Because I do think about how like for in Texas BGDQ3, how like I did get my face waxed before I went there. It's like that did kind of hurt, but also like in those photos, like any photo of me from that BGDQ, like there's like no facial hair. Like I have like none. I don't have like any like shitty looking like facial hair growing in any of the photos. I was like, well, it did something. I just remember when I got that done, like I guess they were basically focusing all like the black, like dark hairs. So like there were still like some hairs on my face. I guess like the lighter ones they either just like missed or just didn't bother doing maybe. So it's like maybe like if I get that done next time, maybe I get it done like because I got it my face wax like a week before we left, before a week before we went to go down to America. So it's like maybe like next time if I ever did that again, maybe I like get it done. I don't know, like maybe like a week and like 2 or 3 days in advance, and then like the day before I leave, just like shave like or like even like going with like a little like just like trim like the rest off. Because I remember when I was in college, like I at that time I barely grew any facial hair. So I remember like I wouldn't even shave sometimes. I would just get like a little like small pair of scissors and just like trim the hairs like that. I just like wouldn't bother like actually shaving and just do that instead. It's kind of funny thing about it. I feel like with hair removal procedures, you have to have the hair grown. Yeah, you definitely have to have like your facial hair like a certain length. Definitely. Like I know if like especially for like a waxing, if the hair is like too short, it's like well, it won't be able to grab onto it. The wax won't be able to grip anything. So it's like well. That's the thing. Yeah, so I definitely like shaved, and then when I went to like get my face waxed that day, I definitely like didn't shave for like I don't know, like 4 days or however long, just to have it like a decent length. It was definitely interesting getting that done. And I remember they didn't give me like any like post care products or anything. Like I had to like ask them like, is there anything I should like do like at home for this? Because like my face was pretty red, and it was just like, oh yeah, like maybe just like you can take like an ice cube and like just like put it on like the areas. So basically just rub an ice cube like all over your face is basically what I did. I was kind of surprised. Like I thought they were gonna give me like something, or like at least like say like, oh yeah, do this to like keep it from like being irritated. Like they didn't give me any kind of post care advice, unasked for at least. Just kind of weird. I was like, all right. Yeah, getting all the facial hair removed someday would go hard. Cause like the act of shaving is so unhype, and it doesn't. Like I guess it would be a lot of time like invested like going to like the laser hair removal like sessions and such. But it would definitely be worth it in the end to not have to deal with facial hair, and especially because like like when I shave, it's like it doesn't even get like all the hairs, and it's like oh, it's like I just shaved like yesterday morning, I'm pretty sure, and it's like oh yeah, I can already feel the stubble. I can already feel it. Like it's smooth, like it's kind of smooth for like a day, and then it's like, oops, never mind. You want to get electrolysis on your arms? I can't do normal laser hair removal because you're a tattoo. Oh, interesting. I've heard electrolysis is allegedly better than laser hair removal. Supposedly, like with what I've heard with laser hair is that supposedly it can come back at some point, if that's true. But supposedly electrolysis is like actually permanent. Allegedly. That could also be a lie. Or misinformation. I'm not too certain on that. I'm just parroting what I've heard. I've heard electrolysis is super painful, really. Monka. Monka. Yeah, one day for sure. One day, definitely. It's for when I'm very rich at some point, but I want a full body treatment for future tattoos. That's valid. And you plan on getting a lot of tattoos. I'm pretty sure when you get like a tattoo, like let's say you get a tattoo on like your leg or arm, like I'm pretty sure they shave it or like wax it beforehand, like while like they're actually like doing the tattoo. They do one or the other. If there is like a bunch of hairs there, you know, just by default, there usually would be hairs. But, you know, I'm definitely lucky that I'm not like some people like that I've heard where, or just like, you know, just seeing like random people online where it's like this person has like a ton of back hair. I'm glad that's not me. It's kind of weird. I don't know if that's just like a, like depending like where you're from. Like, oh, like people from like this area usually have like more back hair or whatever. That does not sound very hype though. At least for me personally. All right. Well, on that note, I think we're down to call this done here. I would say this is a good stopping point for this one.